this week is. Guys, who saw the schedule this week? Who saw the schedule this week? It's insane. Like, we have got 4 calls a day, guys, and then we have Jason and Matt Rosa, which is insane, on Wednesday, guys. So I definitely do think this week is definitely going to be a money-making week. How many of you guys are excited? How many of you guys are excited? Put fire, put anything that you're feeling right now in the chat, because I am definitely excited, guys, for this week. I definitely think that this week will be a big changer for all of us, and I know that we're all going to have an amazing week. Now, my section this week is going to be about finding the one. It's about trading, guys, but it's about finding the one. So how many of you guys struggle in finding the perfect strategy, the perfect way of making money, the perfect whatever it is? How many of you guys struggle in finding the one? Put 111 in the chat if you find that you have that struggle sometimes, finding the perfect strategy, finding the perfect, like, there's so many options out there that sometimes it can get a bit confusing, right? So my section this week is purely about finding the one and actually kind of knowing ourselves to know if we found the one, right? So I want you guys to put your cameras on for sure. Everyone put your cameras on right now, because I need to see your pretty faces. There's no point being on this call if you're scared to show your face. Guys, so put your cameras on, get your notebook and pen ready. Like, guys, we need to make sure that you are all taking notes, and we want to make sure that you guys are ready for this week alone, okay? So put your cameras on. Nice to see everyone. We've got so many countries in this call as well, which is really good. We've got Cayman, we've got UAE, we've got Bahrain, we've got everywhere this week. Oh my gosh. But yeah, guys, so this is going to be our section. So get your notebooks and pens ready, and we will go. Now, finding the one is hard, guys. So this week is going to be a bit harder. It's more about mindset and understanding why it's so hard finding the right solution. So I'm going to go straight into it. Get your notebooks and pens ready, guys, because you will find that when you do struggle in finding the perfect strategy, that this way can actually help you. So the topic for me this week is going to be 9 reasons why this generation is having so much trouble in finding the one. And I want you to relate it to trading, obviously. So are you ready, guys? Put fire in the chat if you're ready to go. Fire in the chat if you're ready to go, and we will kick off this week's training with why is it so hard to find the one, right? Why is it so hard in finding a solution to our dreams? Why is it so hard in just everything we do? So here we go. Number 1, guys, so write this down. Number 1, our generation, and is the biggest and most common reason it has it hard to find the one, because you're going to write down fear of commitment. Write down fear of commitment, right? Fear of commitment. Now, I'll tell you something, guys. When we are raised, right, we have this thing that we have loads of options, but we never really want to put everything into one thing that we're trying to do, right? We never really want to put one thing, like our heart, into one goal, because we are fearing the commitment towards it. So guys, what I want you to do today is, who wants to be a trader, right? Who wants to actually make some serious money through trading, right? Let's see how many of you guys actually want to make some serious money from trading, right? If you want to make serious money from trading, I can tell you right now, if you have fear of commitment to trading, you will not make it. Right? If you think, okay, cool, I want to be an amazing trader, but then you're not committed to being an amazing trader, it won't work out, guys. It genuinely won't work out. Do you know why? Because you're so scared of leaving your comfort zone and so scared of uncertainty that you're not putting your commitment to it. You actually think that it won't work out. If you're not committed to your goals right now, you actually think it won't work out. And that's why you're not actually being committed to it. Now, imagine, guys, if it did work out, right? Imagine if it did work out. You can actually be so powerful if you honestly committed yourself to this way. Now, how many of you guys don't want to work for someone else? How many of you guys don't want to work for someone else? How many of you don't want to depend on someone else? How many of you guys don't want to be in that life where you have to answer to someone else when you want to take a break, when you want to go out, when you want to do anything, right? There's a lot of you guys don't want to work for someone else. And if you guys are on here and you do want to work for someone else, I can guarantee you now you want to be up on the higher ranks, right? I can guarantee you want to be much stronger than you are. Now, when you think about it, guys, if you don't want to work for someone else, you have to be committed to yourself, right? Because you have no one else to rely on. So number one tip that you all have to realize is, if you genuinely don't want to answer to someone, if you genuinely don't want to be poor and you want to have some serious money, then you need to be committed to that goal, right? You can't think that 1 hour a day, like some of you guys that put in 1 hour a day and then say to me like, okay, cool, why am I not rich yet? And I'm thinking, you're not committed to yourself, right? You're not committed to the goal. So why would you? If you put in 1 hour a day to one thing, like I can tell you now, like you might have some growth, but in terms of actual real growth in what you're trying to achieve, it won't happen. You guys put in like 8 hours a day into like school, into college, into uni, into jobs, and then you find success in it. But you won't find success if you're just like half-hearted in it, if what you're doing. So that's the first thing, right? Fear of commitment. Number two, guys, fear of failure. So write down fear of failure. Why is it so hard finding the right solution to everything, really? And you are scared of failure. You're scared that people will see you screw up. That's what it is. If you guys aren't finding the perfect solution, the perfect strategy, the perfect whatever you're trying to find, perfect business, guys, you're scared that the people around you will find you like they will see you fail. So you're not putting everything into it because you don't want to prove them wrong. You don't want to prove them right. That's the thing. So guys, if you don't want to prove them right, what else can you do? What else can you prove them? If you don't want to prove them right, what else can you do? Prove them, finish the sentence. Put in the comments what you could prove them. Prove them wrong, right? So guys, if you're struggling in finding the perfect kind of the perfect solution to your problems, the perfect trading like journey, the perfect trading strategy, the perfect business, like if you're finding it hard to find the right solution for your money problems or whatever problems you're having right now, you can't be committed to your goals if you're fearing what other people will say and fearing the failure of it, because you're going to just prove them right. So what you want to do is you want to prove them wrong, okay? You want to put everything into your soul to prove people wrong if you are not committed. Now, a lot of you guys are really committed, so I know this problem isn't everywhere, but I'm saying one day you're going to realize, or one day you're going to have to answer to yourself and be like, in any kind of commitment, and be like, am I actually putting everything forward, right? Am I actually putting everything that I have into this? Now, if you are fearing what other people are saying, you have to realize you actually have trust issues in yourself. So write that down. Trust issues with yourself, okay? If you are fearing, like if you are genuinely fearing what other people are saying, you have trust issues with yourself because you don't trust yourself in proving them wrong, right? You don't trust yourself in actually, if you were showing some commitment there in your goals, then you will be successful. But if you did trust yourself and you actually said, no, you know what, I can do this, but I actually genuinely can do this, then you will be better off, okay? So make sure that you understand, if you're struggling in finding the perfect solution to your problems, you want to know that the root cause of that is you not trusting yourself. Now, how many of you guys genuinely do trust yourself? How many of you trust yourself right now? Like, there's how many of you guys on this call? There are 17 people on this call. How many of you guys actually trust yourself in everything you do? Right? So if you trust yourself, then you genuinely don't care what other people say. You genuinely don't care in their input because you know you're going to make it. So you don't need to worry about what this situation is. You want to put everything into it and stop fearing what the other people say. Now, another thing that's related to what people say is, how many of you guys have actually failed before? Put yes in the comment box if you've actually failed before. Right? How many of you guys actually failed before? And how many people actually saw you fail? It could be your mom, it could be your family, it could be your spouse. How many people actually saw you fail? Yeah? Now, when you failed before and people knew about it, right? When you failed before and people knew about it, this is now preventing you from committing to a new goal because you know that people have already seen you fail before. So now you're like, okay, cool. I don't want them to see me fail again. But this is my way of telling you guys, it doesn't matter if you fail. Every single person fails, right? Every single person fails loads of times. They actually say you fail your way to the top, right? Don't think that failure is a bad thing. They actually say you fail your way to the top because every failure teaches you a lesson. And if they see it, so what? If the only problem is if you quit on yourself, guys. The only problem is if you genuinely think, okay, cool, well, I failed before, so I'm going to fail again, and then they're going to see it. But guys, that's a really hypothetical question, right? That's really like crazy because you haven't even failed yet and you're already worrying about what other people think if you fail. But what if you don't fail? What if you keep going? You never fail if you keep going, by the way, guys. You never ever fail if you keep going. So that's another reason. Next reason, guys, write down number 3. People are superficial and shallow. Superficial and shallow. Okay? A lot of people care about appearance. A lot of people care about, a lot of people just care in general about the superficial things. Right? They're like, okay, cool. I want to make sure that I have this kind of bag or this shoes, or I want to look like I'm this kind of way. But guys, if you want to be committed, you can't be superficial or shallow. Everything is really hard. Everything is inside. Everything is personal development. Like you can have all the money in the world, but guys, it won't work out if you're really superficial or shallow. Okay? So we have to work out that it's much easier to be shallow, right? It's much easier to not have these goals or to be like kind of on surface. But when you guys actually look in and look at your problems and look at what you have as a person and what you can achieve, that's a bit harder, right? So it's really easy to just do a simple life and not go for your goals. But guys, it doesn't fulfill you, okay? You're just surviving. So make sure you stop just surviving and understanding that. Now, what we want to do also, guys, is understand that because we've got so many things against us, we've got to understand that we really have to put in effort. So number 4, guys, is effort. So a lot of people don't want to put in the effort. And I've seen this more with like millennials actually than anyone else. Like, guys, if you want to make it, you have to put in the effort, right? Coming onto this Zoom call will not make you money. Like this call, my call especially, won't make you money. It's just giving you the mindset for the rest of the day, right? But if you come on this Zoom call and then do nothing after and then think, okay, cool, success will come to me, I will tell you a rude awakening, guys. It won't work, right? You can have all the mindset in the world, but without effort, it won't work. How many of you guys agree with that? How many of you guys actually know that? That one time going onto a Zoom and watching mindset and then doing nothing for the rest of the day towards your goals, that won't work, guys. You have to study, you have to learn, you have to increase your business, you have to increase your residual. You have so much to do that you should not be just chilling after this call, right? You should not just think that coming on this call is going to make you money, right? I'm giving you the mindset, the tools to go and do the work, right? To go and do it. So one reason why people aren't committed is because it's so much easier not putting in the effort. Right? It's so much easier not finding the strategy. Do you know how many of you guys messaged me over the weekend about help on a strategy? Right? But not one person thought, you know what? Like, why don't I just go on Go Live and watch like 5 episodes? Right? Why don't I just go and actually learn? Like, why don't I actually go and teach myself with the tools? Right? There's so many of you guys that want the easy way out and asking for answers. But I'm here to tell you guys, if you really want to make it work, don't ever depend on someone else, right? Put in the effort and go and find the answer, because that's what we all have to do, right? One thing about trading, guys, is you can never copy the perfect strategy. You can never find the perfect strategy because you're different, right? Everyone is different. So if I have a strategy and it works, it might not work for you because your emotions play a big part. So you got to understand that it's easier to put in no effort and ask for the shortcuts than it is to put in the effort, and that doesn't work. Okay. Another reason why, guys, people don't another reason why people don't actually find their perfect one is write down having high standards. Now, this is really crucial in trading, right? Having high standards, okay? Now, we're always told to have amazing high standards. That's a fact, guys. But one thing you have to understand is you cannot just demand that everything has to be perfect, okay? Some of you guys on this call just demand the most perfect strategy, the most perfect way of getting business, and then you don't grow. You don't make your thousands or millions. You're not growing your business because you're overthinking every single thing, and that's holding you back, guys, right? Having high standards is great, but you just need to get started. Having high standards is so amazing, right? But you can have the most perfect strategy in front of you, right? But because you're so critical on it, it's not going to work because you don't even like extend it, right? You don't even try and implement it because you're overthinking everything. Now, if you are so negative in your mindset, and if you're every day saying, okay, that doesn't work, that's a red flag, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, right? I'll tell you now, quit trading and quit business, right? Because this industry is about positive mindset, right? Especially trading. If you go into a trade thinking it's going to hit stop loss, guess what? It's going to hit stop loss, okay? So this business is all about positive mindset. And even business, if you think everyone's going to screw you over, well, guess what? You're going to get screwed over, okay? So you got to understand that only your mindset and how your standards are will affect your business. And if you are so doubtful and scared, and if you overthink everything, I'm telling you now, quit now. Right? Quit now, because not just quit this, but quit your road to success, because you won't be successful with this mindset of always doubting yourself and being negative and being critical and having ridiculously high standards that you will never reach, right? Your high standards are your standards, right? If you make it so high, right? If you make it so high, then it's only going to impact you, right? It's only going to be critical towards you. It's not going to be critical towards me. It's not going to be critical towards anyone else in the team. It's just you. So we will see how many of you guys actually come to the point where you're not negative, right? If you set yourself a goal, you have to really go in with a positive mindset of knowing that, you know what, like it's going to work out. No matter which route I try, it will work out. If you go in with a negative mindset and only focus on the negative mindset of your goals, you will not reach them, okay? You won't reach them. Now, I've done this example before, but I'm going to say it again, right? We are raised, well, not raised, but we are actually told in society to look out for red flags. How many of you guys have heard red flags? The term red flags. How many of you have heard that? Yes? How many of you guys have heard red flags, right? This is an amazing example. It actually pisses me off when someone says red flag, but how many of you guys have been raised to hear about red flags? How many of you guys have said, be careful with the red flags, be careful of this, red flag, red flag, red flag? Guys, this is such a devastating mindset to go into anything, right? In terms of your trading, in terms of relationships, whatever you want to do, guys, you want to change your mindset to think about green flags only. So write that down, green flags only. Appreciate the green flags before you start criticizing the red ones, okay? Because if you look at green flags, okay, say you meet someone, right? So I went out yesterday and I was thinking, okay, I got to go and find some traders, right? Because that's what I'm doing. I've got to go and find some traders, right? And I want to find traders that have a good mindset, okay? So when I went out, and by the way, guys, we get paid to go out really, because like, I'm telling you, it works. So when I went out and I was having shisha and I was eating dessert and I was thinking, okay, who can be good traders, right? So I was looking, okay, cool, that one, that one, that one, and that one, right? I wasn't looking out of all their flaws. I was looking out for their green flags, right? Their green flags. I was like, okay, cool. This guy gives an amazing service. He speaks to everyone in the room with a smile, green flag. But I don't look at him and think, okay, cool, this guy does this wrong, so that's not good. I can't have that one. Or this one does this wrong, so no, not that one. If you look out for people with their green flags, right, and go with it, I'm telling you, that will be more beneficial to you then always looking out for the red flags, okay? So always, always, always look out for the green flags. Now, in terms of trading, right, where does this help? Guys, you can have so many confirmations under the sun, right? You can have 1,000 confirmations under the sun, right? But if you're scared and you think everything's a fucking red flag and you don't enter, you're not making money. So it makes no sense, okay? You want to go for the green ones and you want to be like, okay, cool, I have 4 green flags. Let's go. And see what happens, right? And if you don't feel confident, go in your demo account and do it on your demo. It's really simple. Now, guys, before I end my section, I've got a few more points to go. So let's go type it in. Next point, other priorities. So write down other priorities. Why finding the one might be hard because of other priorities. Okay, it's hard to find the one with adulthood, right? It's hard to find the one with adulthood. Okay, there are more people trying to learn in this business right now and have jobs and have families and have everything, and that's fine, guys. I understand that this is a very, very stressful time. We don't know if the job's secure, we don't know if the economy's secure, we don't know anything right now. It's very, very stressful, and you do have other priorities. But guys, let me tell you, just like a relationship with a person, it only works out with time, effort, and money, right? Time, effort, and money. If you guys think that you don't need money, then I would hate to be your girlfriend. Time, effort, and money, right? Write that down. Those are the things that you need in a relationship, right? You need time, effort, and money. And if you think, no, you don't need money, I'm not going to argue with you. I know you do, right? Now, if you have a new relationship with someone and it requires time, effort, and money, right? And then you focus on everything else other than that relationship with that person, will that relationship last, guys? Yes or no? Yes or no? Will that relationship last? Yes or no? If you have met the most amazing person, right? The most amazing person, they have everything under the sun, but you don't want to give them time, effort. I wouldn't say money, but you don't want to give that, right? You don't want to give that, okay? And then you're like, wow, this girl does not like me. Well, that's why. Because no one wants one-word answers. No one wants to see your WhatsApp, right? No one wants to live through the relationship through your Instagram. Like, guys, you got to understand, this is the same as your goals, right? If you don't put in time, effort, or money, it won't work out, right? It won't work out. I'm telling you now, if you focus on everything else but that relationship, you will not be in a long-term commitment. So quite frankly, guys, a lot of people would rather wait than concentrate in getting this off the ground. And guys, what happens to people that just wait all their life for the perfect time, right? What happens to people that always just wait? Oh no, I won't do that, I'll just wait, right? Oh no, I'll do it at a better time. Guys, there's never a good time. They stay in the same position. It's like, oh no, I won't wait. I won't go into this relationship. I'll just wait for a better time when I'm more settled. Guess what? They don't wait around and that person's not going to be there, okay? So it's the same with your career as well in this industry, okay? So don't wait. You need to go all in, time, effort, and money. Put it in there, guys, because the universe is going to reward you back. Now, you want to also write down, next tip, unknown definition of commitment. Write that down. Unknown definition of commitment. So you don't actually know what the definition of commitment is, right? Our culture has dismantled it so much that it's made it into kind of like Disney, or then it's made it into like a thriller, right? Like a horror film. Like, we don't actually know what the definition is anymore because we don't like commitment, right? We don't like commitment. We don't want commitment. You guys can see entanglement everywhere. Like, there's no commitment going on, right? So we don't actually know what it takes to be committed, okay? We don't actually know what commitment looks like, right? Especially when it comes to kind of like your goals. That's not even ever taught, right? So you got to understand, you got to keep in mind that only you can find your definition of commitment, okay? Only you will know your true level of commitment, right? So when you find that out today, put it in the chat for me and actually just send it to me. Tell me what your do you know what? Actually, everyone go into the Lion's Den right now and put 3 words you attach to commitment. Everyone, I'll give you a few minutes before we set off our next section. How many of you guys want to put in, right, 3 words that you attach to commitment? So put in the lion's den, 3 words you want to attach to commitment, right? So I want to see you guys all do this. If you're on this call, please do it. 3 words in the lion's den of commitment. Three words of what commitment means to you. And I want you guys to quickly put this on and we can move on to the next section. 3 words of commitment to you. Oh, look at all your faces on that. I can see it. So many people. It's so exciting. I love it. Okay, cool. Right, let's see. I'm gonna read it out. So quickly put all of them down, guys. Let's see what commitment is to you guys. Okay, let's go. Come on, Aisha. Come on, Anna. Let's go. Okay. Right, let's go. Nearly done. 3 words of commitment means to you. Okay. Now, guys, I'm going to read some of these out before we go. And I want you to kind of hear them out loud. Okay. So, let's go. Right. Belief, consistency, loyalty. That was Ads' one. Belief, consistency, loyalty, right? Next one. Davian's one. Loyalty, respect, persistence. Right? Kelsey's one. Work, dedication, determination. Z, passion, effort, loyalty, consistency, dedication, work, dedication, effort, loyalty, passion, focus, loyalty. It's loads of loyalty, guys. Work, dedication, effort, time, effort, money, belief, discipline, loyalty, goal, discipline, effort, perseverance, effort, discipline, work, belief, discipline, loyalty. Right, guys, what was the most common word? What was the most common word that everyone used? What was the most common word that everyone used? Right in the chat box. Work, loyalty, time. It was clearly loyalty, right? Everyone said loyalty. Guys, if you want this to work for you, you need to make sure you're loyal to it, okay? Don't think that if there's a grass that's greener, you're like, okay, cool, maybe this one will work, or maybe this one will work, or maybe this one will work. How you do one thing is how you do everything, guys, okay? How you do one thing is how you do everything. So then I strongly believe that. I really do. I don't care what anyone says. I strongly believe that. Guys, if you show loyalty in all areas of your life, you are better off, okay? So just remember that. Now, before I close off, let's go next few points. Next reason why people are fear of commitment is they don't want to hurt other people. They don't want to commit themselves to something in fear of hurting other people. It's madness. But they hold themselves back because of that, okay? They hold themselves back because of the fear of other people, of hurting other people. It can mean that you're attached to your goals, that you're not attached to someone 1000%, right? Now, you got to understand, guys, in this industry, you will find people that will hurt you because you don't give them your whole soul anymore, right? You might find friends that are like, oh, they don't want to chill with us anymore because they're just on this whole work hype. Oh, what the hell, like blah, blah, blah. Guys, that will happen, guys. Don't worry about it, okay? Your goals are important. Now, that is the end of my section of the training, guys. I hope it was helpful. I hope you understood why people are not committed to their goals right now. I will be going into this training in depth every day this week, except for Friday, obviously. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be going into this in depth of like how to find the perfect one. But the first kind of question is, can you even be committed to the perfect one, right? So that's the end of my training, guys. I'm going to pass it over to Ads. Make sure you guys take some notes. And honestly, guys, if you're not taking notes when Ad's speaking, like, I feel sorry for you. Like, he's such an amazing, amazing person to listen to, guys. And he's doing this in his own time for you guys, not getting paid for it. So, guys, make sure you take some notes. Make sure you're interactive. Make sure you show him the respect that he deserves. And also, guys, whatever he says, implement it, okay? Implement it. Don't think that if you don't implement it, it won't work. So thank you so much, guys, for this. I'm going to pass it over to you, Ads, and we can get going. So let's make you. There we go. Thanks, Ads. Have an amazing training.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for having me on. And can we also give it back to Tyreen? Can we also say thank you so much in the chat, Tyreen, for your trading? Thank you, Tyreen. Thank you so much. That was really helpful. And trust me, she has so much lined up for this week for you guys to take with you. Now, today, my training isn't going to be too long. So we're going to start off with psychology today, and we're going to move on to a lot more technical stuff and more things to do with psychology in the markets. You know, the psychology behind investors later on down the line in this week. In fact, we'll even run through that tomorrow. But today, I'm going to run through psychological capital, and I promise you it won't take too long. I've just got some notes on my phone. Yeah. So look, psychological capital, does anybody know what it is? Yeah, everyone wants to build capital in their accounts. Yeah, but this directly reflects on the psychological capital that you have in your mind. Yeah. Now, if your psychology and your education and yeah, you know, your mindset only allows you to earn about 3,000-4,000 a month, that's all that you will earn. Yeah. If your mindset will only allow you to keep, you know, 1,000 to 2,000 a month out of whatever you earn, that's all you will keep. Yeah, it will not allow you to grow any further than you already have grown. No matter how much you'll earn, you'll also be spending the same amount as well. Yeah, Tony Robbins mentions this over and over again. Yeah, he put two people as an example. Now, what he said was there was one person who was earning about 25,000-30,000 a year. Yeah, which is not that much, but it's like the average salary, I think. So this person was earning about, let's just push it to the higher number of 30,000 a year, and they said they would love to save over 10,000 a year, but they can't because of how much they're spending, of how much they need to pay for, you know, their daily lifestyle, their rent, and the bills that are coming up on top of it. Yeah. Now, when this person was pushed to about 50,000 a year, they still were only left with the same amount at the end of every month. Yeah. And why is that? Because their spending also increased with their income. Yeah. So they were still left with only a few thousand or a little bit at the same amount at the end of the month. Let's just use that figure of 1,000. Yeah. They were still left with £1,000 or dollars at the end of that month, regardless of if they were earning 2,500 to 3,000 a month, regardless of if they were earning 5,000 a month. They were still left at the end of the month with £1,000, right? Then this person increased their income to 100,000 a year, which is roughly around Chairman 10 money, yeah, which is about $10,000 a month, yeah, and they were still left with only $1,000 at the end of the month. Why? Because now they're earning more, they're able to spend more. Yeah, they're able to go out there and buy new cars, buy new clothes, buy better clothes, but eat better food. Yeah, and this still allows them to be left with the same amount of money at the end of every month. So that means they earn 10,000, spent 9,000, and still are only left with 1,000 at the end of the month. Now, do you think that is the right way to go? Yes or no? Yeah. Do you think that's the right way to go? Of course not. Yeah. This is where psychological capital will come into place. Only if you increase your psychological capital in your mind, only if you increase, yeah, your mindset in the investor's state, will you grow any further. Yeah. Now, we will know the cash flow quadrant, how it works. On the left side is employees and self-employed people. On the right hand side is big business owners and investors. Yeah, and investors only counts for about 1 to 2% of the whole world's population. Now, we all here have the opportunity to be an investor at this moment of time. You guys have embarked upon this opportunity, yeah, taken this with both hands and starting to run with it. Yeah, now you have the opportunity right in front of you to become that investor. In fact, most of you are already investing in the right things right now. Yeah, now one of the first things you need to invest in is yourself. Yeah, this is what you need to understand. Now, just because I earn so much doesn't mean I have to spend so much. Yeah, that's how an investor thinks. They don't have to spend so much, they have to invest more. Yeah, doesn't mean whatever you're earning you have to go out and, let's say you're earning, you know, 10,000 a month when you do hit chairman, doesn't mean you have to go out and spend 9,000 every single month. Yeah, that is not the case. What are you investing from that amount? Yeah, I know people who are still, earning about, let's say, coming up to about 10,000 a month. Anyway, they're not chairmen. They're not even in this business. They're earning about 10,000 a month, but they're still, just like I mentioned on the example previously, they're still left with only the same amount at the end of every month. Yeah, how is that? And that is a very small amount compared to how much they're earning. Why is that? It's because they're not investing in the right places. Yeah, and the first investment you need to make within yourself is absolutely free, in fact. Yeah, the investment is within yourself. You need to grow your own psychology. This does not cost any money. It will only cost you time. Yeah, invest in your education, invest in books. I was reading yesterday for 4 hours straight. I finished a whole book in one day. Yeah, in fact, in a whole session, straight 4 hours. And I did not get up from that point. And I had a bottle of water with me, and I finished that whole bottle of water. Literally, that's all I was doing. I was sitting down in one place, and my butt got numb after a little while, but minor. Yeah, these are the sacrifices you have to make. Yeah, this is a Sunday, and the rest of the day I spent with my family. Does that make sense? Yeah, so you need to invest in the things that matter most, and the things that matter most is your own mindset. Yeah, this is the first thing you need to do. In fact, I want every single one of you to go out and purchase a book today. Yeah, whatever it is. If you want some suggestions, I've thrown out enough suggestions. If you want some more, I'll give you some more. Yesterday I ran through the book, Big Money, Think Small. Yeah, everything starts off with from a very, very small amount, or it's very small atom. Yeah, then it grows on from there. Yeah, next one is Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z. Yeah, an amazing book. Next one, 10x Rule. Yeah, there's so many books I can give you. Next one is Start with Why. In fact, a lot of people need to read this book, in fact, at this stage, at this moment of time. Yeah, if you need motivation within yourself, read that book, Start with Why. It will tell you exactly why you are here, why you are doing what you are doing, why you have embarked upon this journey in the first place, and why you still today have not given up. Yeah, this is all about psychology. Now, if your psychology grows, yeah, your monetary balance will grow at the same time. Yeah, if you're growing your account and then you keep getting knocked back, this happened to me in my first year of trading multiple times, over and over and over and over again. Yeah, I kept making money and then losing it, and then making money and then losing it, and then making money and then losing it. And I kept asking, why is that the case? Yeah, it's because my mindset alone only allowed me to earn that amount. Yeah, I was not able to push past that point. I have a few people who I work with right now, and that is happening to them. Yeah, and they're only able to earn a certain amount, and then they keep getting pushed back to what they deserve. Yeah, you will only get in life what you deserve to get. Yeah, so ask yourself this question: have you been putting in the enough time and effort, as Tyreen mentioned, to deserve the pay you want? Yeah, have you been putting enough time and effort? Ask yourself this question. You don't have to write in the chat. Yeah, but ask yourself this question, and continue to ask yourself this question. And ask yourself this at the end of every single day. And if your answer is no, do some more work. Yeah, put in some more time, put in some more effort. Yeah, if at the end of the day you ask yourself that question and your answer is no, let's just say, have I put in enough time and effort today to deserve what I want to have? Yeah, and if your answer is no, go back into it, do some more. Yeah, and there's always times out there where I always do some more, in fact. Yeah, so let me pull out my notes. I've got some more, and I won't be too long, I promise. Probably like another 10-15 minutes at most. Yeah, so whenever forex traders decide to quit and give up, it's not usually the money that has run out. Yeah, what has really happened is that they have exhausted their psychological capital, preventing them to move on. So as I just mentioned, yeah, so more than money you put in your account, it's also to invest your mind in trading. Yeah, so invest your mind into it, invest your time into it. Yeah, we want to find that one strategy that works. We always do want to find that one strategy that works. And if I wish I could tell you that there is one amazing strategy that works for everyone. Yeah, but there is not one set strategy out there. Yeah, probably if you want to keep it simple, the strategy that works, most successfully with every single trader, with every institution. And if you want to keep it simple, there is one strategy that works, and that is just simple support and resistance, and it works every single time. But you guys know this, yeah? You guys know this. Why are you not following it? Does that make sense? Yeah, it's so simple, it's so easy, it's so easy to work with. Yeah, but why are you guys not following this? Is it because you're hitting stop losses? Yeah, is it because you are not putting, now just that strategy alone, you need to add confirmations to it, for instance. Yeah, and you can't have confirmations just like I feel like it's going up. Okay, I know some of you want to copy myself. I run off gut instinct sometimes, but I have done this over many years to get to this stage where I can just look at something and my gut is telling me it's going up and I need to enter within the next 5 minutes. Yeah, and it does exactly what I think it does. Why? Because I've seen this happen so many times over the multiple years in this industry, that my gut is just saying this is a repeat of what happened 3 years ago. Yeah, I saw this happen about 7 months ago. Yeah, on the same pair at exactly the same price after the same very pattern that has taken place. Yeah, that is why my gut is telling me it worked before, it's going to work again. Now, that may not always be the case. That's why we always put a stop loss in place. Yeah. So you need extra confirmations with whatever strategy you are trading. Let's go simply back to the support and resistance strategy. Yeah. You need to work out, are you near a supply and demand zone? Is it a strong support or resistance area? Is it a higher time frame support? Yeah, you need to read candlesticks. The main thing when it comes down to forex trading and price action is reading candlesticks. Candlesticks will tell you everything. Yeah, if you do not know how to read candlesticks, you'll only go so far in your trading journey, and trust me, you will keep getting knocked back. That is like the essence, that is the cream of the technical analysis world, is candlestick trading. Yeah, is understanding and reading how candlesticks work, how they react, why they do what they do. Yeah, because candlesticks is a direct representation of investor movement, of price movement, and market players, of all traders in the markets at that very moment of time. Yeah, candlesticks are telling you, okay, things are a bit slow right now, things are a little weak right now. Yeah, things are going to break right now, things are very strong right now, things are faking out right now. Yeah, this is, there's a high amount of volume in the market, there's a high amount of volatility in the market. Everything is telling you this from candlesticks. Only then zones are created, after candlesticks do what they have to do. Yeah, only then we are able to notice zones. Only then we are able to notice there's a support around this area, or there's a resistance around this area, or market structures going up. It's only after the candlesticks have played out is where we are able to see this. So unless you don't sharpen up on your candlestick trading, you will only go so far, yeah, in your forex trading journey. Yeah, next. So look, I'm not singling out the word losing at all. Yeah, you will make some losses, but this is because both winning and losing can have detrimental effect on psychological capital. Yeah, so if you're getting too excited with your wins, yeah, if you're gassing on Instagram saying, yeah, you know what, it's not even midday and I've made this much. Yeah, trust me, that means you're getting too excited over yourself. Yeah, like, you'll never see me post profits on social media. In fact, Tyrene has to force me to send profits into our group. Yeah, it's because I've learned this, over time. I've learned this the hard way. Profits come, losses come. It is what it is. It's part of the game. It's like going into a boxing match. Yeah, you're gonna walk out the other side wanting to win that fight. Yeah, and as long as you're strong enough and you put in the right amount of training, you will win that fight. Yeah, regardless, you will win that fight. Yeah, but it's not like you ain't going to take some punches along the way. You are going to have to take some hits in the process. Yeah, and that's how losses are. You're still going to come out the other side on top. You're not going to get knocked out. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get knocked out. You're not going to even get knocked down. Don't allow yourself to get knocked down in trading as well. See this as like a sport. Yeah, come in with confidence. Yeah, come in with great confidence. Don't worry about taking some small losses. Make sure they are small. Yeah, or experiencing a drawdown can lose psychological capital too. Yeah, it can make you think that you are wrong, while you're sitting in the red for a little while. If it hasn't hit your stop loss, it does not mean you are wrong. Yeah, you don't have to get a sniper entry every single time. I hit a stop loss last week. It was very small. It was only, I think, 7.5 or 8 pips. Yeah, but I have to understand as well with myself that, I can't get a sniper entry every single time. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, my stop loss is small. Why? Because I was aiming for that sniper. Oh well, my next trade done 25 pips. I made back that 8 pips plus so much more on top. Yeah, does that make sense? So look, you need to understand things are going to go into a bit of drawdown sometimes, but as long as you have your stop loss in place, yeah, why are you worried? Why are you scared? Yeah, don't have any fear. If you've got fear in this market, you are going to you're going to make losses, and that's the reality of it. Yeah, if you're scared of losing, you're going to lose even more. Yeah, like, if you're looking forward to winning, you're probably going to win even more. Yeah, and the losses won't even bother you anymore, especially if they are small, especially if your risk is kept small. Those losses won't even bother you anymore. Like my 8 pip stop loss wasn't even bothering me at all, yeah, whatsoever. Now, there's most of you who probably have very large stop losses. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have anything against that. I personally prefer small stop losses. Yeah. And the thing is, it even hit my stop loss and still went my way. Yeah. Which is absolutely shitty, but it is what it is. Yeah. It's okay. This is part of the process. If I had a 12 pip stop loss, I would have been better off. But it's all right. Yeah. My next trade, I pushed past that trade and I went on. Why? Because my psychological capital has allowed me to accept both losses and wins. Yeah. I know my wins are great. I know my losses are small. As long as you guys can stick to the same strategy or same principle as well, keep your losses small, keep your wins, much bigger than your losses, you'll be okay. But if your losses are, big and your wins are also big, you're doing something wrong. Yeah, you're definitely doing something wrong. You need to measure how big your losses are going to be. This is always done on a percentage basis. Yeah, I always run it on, max 1% loss per day, and I'm done. I close out for the day. Yeah, I close out for the day. I close up at max 1% loss per day. And, if I hit that loss, I'm done. Yeah, I move on and wait for the next day. And the 8 pips isn't really going to make my 1% hit. Yeah, about 20 pips, depending on what lot size I use. I could use 0.01 for every £100. I could use 0.01 for every £200. It all depends on the risk I'm willing to take. Yeah, if I'm not willing to take a big risk with this slightly larger stop loss, then I'm not going to take it. Yeah, but I see people going out there every single trade, entering it even after they've hit their targets, and this is where discipline comes into place. Yeah, and you'll see me mention this over and over again. Discipline. Yeah, write this down and underline it, circle it, and put an exclamation mark at the end. Discipline is all that is going to take you. Yeah, if you're disciplined with yourself, your account will grow very rapidly. Yeah, maybe not fast, but you will see growth in it. Yeah. Now, if you're just worried about doubling your account as soon as possible, you'll probably lose your account as soon as possible, to be honest with you. Yeah. You need to understand that this is a long-term game. Yeah. And as long as you're consistently growing your psychology, now understand this. Look, you're not going to be, the cleverest person in the world overnight. Yeah. Just by reading 100 books in one night. Yeah. You're not going to be able to take everything in. Just like training in the gym. Yeah, just like increasing your stamina, this takes daily work. Yeah, one day you might be able to run about 10 minutes and then you're tired out. Next day you might be able to run 11 minutes and you're tired out. Next day 12 minutes. Yeah, next day you might even knock yourself back to 10 minutes. Why? Because you've had a fat doner burger and chips the day before, which is fair enough. Yeah, the next day after that you'll increase. The next day after that, you'll increase, but it all depends on yourself. As long as you're taking the daily action, yeah, to increase your psychological capital. Look, your mind is what is going to pay you. Yeah, your mindset is what is going to pay you. Nothing else. Yeah, you might have the skill. You might be doing all the right things. Yeah, but if your mindset isn't there, look, trust me, there was somebody I was speaking to a little earlier on, in fact, this morning. Yeah, who we trade London session with our Gold Mount team. I always have a quick London strategy that I use every single morning as well. Every single morning. Yeah, I trade the London session with a certain strategy, and somebody was even telling me they went the right way in the trade, but they still made a loss. Yeah. Why? Because they ended up closing in the drawdown thinking that they are wrong. Yeah. They're like, okay, it's just gone into a bit of red, so I must be wrong. Yeah. And they ended up closing out. yeah, by themselves. They didn't even hit their stop loss. They just ended up closing out. And why is that? Yeah, because they thought they were wrong. Obviously, they're going to end up closing that trade in a wrong. Yeah, that trade is going to end up closing as a failure. Yeah, and whereas it still was a successful trade if he had just held on. It didn't come to his stop loss. It didn't hit his stop loss. It was just in a little bit of drawdown. So he was slightly on the wrong side of the markets only for about 12-15 minutes. Yeah, but because of those 12-15 minutes, he ended up closing that trade early, and then it dropped into take profit, which he could have held out. Yeah, this all comes back down to your psychological capital. Yeah, are you willing to accept that, you know what, sometimes you are going to be wrong? Yeah, and he wasn't willing to accept that. So because it was enduring upon him for those 15 minutes, he couldn't take it and he closed out. Yeah, whereas if you learn to accept it, become self-aware, you know what, these losses are going to happen, let them happen. Yeah, don't worry, my stop loss was in place as well. I didn't hit my stop loss. Yeah, I waited it out because I was ready to accept, if it hits my stop loss, only then I'm wrong. Yeah, doesn't mean sitting in the red, okay, you're wrong. That is not the case. Yeah, if your stop loss is not hit, do not worry. If you're going into drawdown, do not worry. These are parts of the process. Yeah, but people do sit there and worry every time it's in drawdown. They stare at it. Yeah, they're like, oh my God, no, I have to stare at it. Anything can happen. Or they open their stop losses, which is absolutely a very, very stupid move. Don't ever open your stop loss for no reason. In fact, once you set your stop loss, leave it there. Yeah, until your trade goes into about 20, 25, 30 pips profit and you're swing trading or intraday, then move it into, into break even or into some profits. Yeah, other than that, don't do those things. Yeah, so coming back to it, endure psychological capital. And I want you to write this down and take this away with you. The only way psychological capital is gonna be built up is through daily action. Yeah, and we ran through this last week. Everybody remember that formula that we set out last week? Yeah, those 3 things that equal success. Everyone remember? Yeah, so those 3 things that equal success. Yeah, knowledge plus effort, yeah, plus time, or there's something along those lines. Yeah, so knowledge plus effort plus time is all it takes. Yeah, and today we're focusing on the knowledge aspect. The more knowledge you will have, and I'm going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes anyway. Yeah, so the more knowledge you gain, the further you will go. Yeah, as long as you're putting in the right time and effort, which Tyreen already mentioned, it will take time and effort. Yeah, but you need to gain the knowledge from the right place. It's specialized knowledge that we have here. Yeah, knowledge plus experience plus effort equals success. That's correct. Yeah, so experience only comes with time. Yeah, if you want to find that one strategy and you've come upon a very good strategy, what do? You need to back test it. Yeah, I back test with my students all the time. Yeah, they're like, you know what, this strategy works with me. I say, come on then, let's back test it. Yeah, you need to back test all the data or all that time the strategy has worked and all the times that it hasn't. Yeah, we do this all the time. We do this multiple times a week, back testing. In fact, if you guys want to run through a back testing session, yeah, with myself over the next few days, let me know. We could even do this one morning. Yeah, we can run through a backtesting session, how to backtest correctly. We can run through anybody's strategy, yeah, and we can run and backtest it completely. If you guys want to do this, type in 111 in the chat. Yeah, I'll see how many votes we have. If we have a lot of votes, yeah, then obviously we're going to go ahead and do it straight away. Yeah, in fact, in the next couple of days, maybe even tomorrow morning. Yeah, we can run through a backtesting session and work out what works, how it works, how we can differ it for next time to make sure it works, what confirmations we need. Yeah, things like this. So other than that, I am going to wrap this up right now. So lastly, like I said, all that you need to gain long-term trading success is the psychological capital. Yeah, this will increase your account balance over time. Yeah, and this will increase all other aspects of your life at all times as well. Yeah, you won't just grow your account balance in your trading, you'll grow your investments, you'll grow your account balance in terms of your bank account, Yeah, your credit will increase and so many different things will start to happen. You won't just earn a lot more, yeah, but be spending a lot more as well. You'll be investing a lot more. And where does this all start from? Investing in the first place within yourself, investing the time. Time is free. Yeah, knowledge is free nowadays. You can get knowledge from anywhere out there. Wikipedia out there, Google out there. There's knowledge everywhere. Even books are out there. You can find online if you don't even want to pay for them. PDFs, yeah, or knowledge out there is free nowadays. So the first thing you need to do is invest within yourself, yeah, in your knowledge and within your time. But other than that, thank you guys, and I'm going to hand it back to Tyreen.
Thank you so much, Ads. Can everyone say thank you to Ads, especially in the chat? Just to say thank you. I know Biscuit really enjoyed it, so Biscuit's just sitting here chilling, listening to Ads, like the hell. But thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you jumping on this training. I know Z has a training for product knowledge at 1 p.m. today, guys. So if you need some product knowledge and how to use some of the platforms that we have and which ones to buy, if you were thinking of using a scanner, then for sure jump on that training at 1 p.m. For anyone new, anyone who's been here a while, wants to know what other strategies are, that's Z at 1. And then we have Sarah for an interactive session at 4 p.m. in growing the business. So for sure, if you guys need some help in kind of understanding how to grow your business and get residuals so you don't have to pay next month, then for sure jump on Sarah's one. She has been able to recruit mad, like she's got great tips. So definitely jump on 4 p.m. and then we will happily have an amazing week. But thank you so much, guys. I do appreciate you jumping on this call. Before we go, make sure you jump in the chat and say one thing that you're going to work on today and which go live session you're going to watch. So thank you so much, guys, and have an amazing day so far. Let's go and make some money. Say bye, Biscuit. Say bye. Oh. Okay, see you later, guys.